Hey, I'm Tim, and I'm a missionary to Honduras. And today, I want to take you with me into the mission. But wait a minute. How did I end up in El Rosario, Comayagua, Honduras? Well, I believe that would take me back to childhood, where my family was sitting around a dining room table with the Mojicas, a missionary family that was working in Costa Rica. I know today we really don't have time to talk about those 40 years or so in between then and now. So let's fast forward to 2016, where after spending about an hour talking to Ashley Abel, who was traveling back and forth in missions to Honduras, I ended up calling my pastor, and with his blessing, decided to take my first trip. Okay, we've been riding in the rain for about 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. Then I took another trip. Both of those were shorter, 10 to 14 day trips. And then in 2017, I joined the organization called Artist in Christian Testimony International. I was accepted as a missionary in ACT on Good Friday 2017, and in 2018 became a full-time staff member. Now, I'm spending about 8 months a year in Honduras. I'm 100% financially supported by people like you, interested in being a part of the mission work that I'm doing in Honduras. So now, about 7 years later, I'm inviting you to listen in on, and look at some of the things that I'm working on and involved with in Honduras. I do most of my work in the area of El Rosario and among some of its 45 villages. Obviously, the gospel is what missions is all about. And for me, it's teaching, baptizing, praying for the sick, and trusting the Holy Spirit to guide and direct whatever work I'm doing. Of course, seeing people saved and baptized is an obvious sign of the gospel at work. In the last year, I've been able to attend 3 baptismal services, and around 15 have been baptized. 3 of these new Christians requested that I participate because of the personal ministry I've had with each of them. This year I've had around 5 or 6 students that have come to visit me one-on-one, and we have studied through the book of Galatians verse by verse. These include pastors, evangelists, and worship leaders. I never would have thought I would read Galatians 7 times, and 5 of those in Spanish. Of course, helping church leaders, both spiritually and financially, is important. I've bought microphones, paid for paint, tile repairs, assisted in purchasing keyboards, as well as teaching Bible, music, and leadership. I'm now an administrative member of a network of church leaders called Unidos por Fe, which means United by Faith. I've helped articulate their mission and vision and their basic beliefs. This network brings together church leaders in the area. I believe it was 2019 when I hosted a half-day meeting with this group of leaders. Over 50 were in attendance. I had to have help with a translator from San Pedro Sula, but today I facilitate meetings and teach classes on a regular basis. The gospel's twofold. It's a message shared and a message lived. The first miracle of Jesus was changing water to wine. It wasn't a verbal message about the love of God. It was the love of God reaching out and helping someone get through the stressors of everyday situations. Doing the work of faith through love always opens doors to share the gospel. Honduras is mostly an agricultural society. I spend a lot of time in the village of Chahuatillos and in other villages close by. I have helped the farmers through buying tools, helping them with their debt by buying and distributing beans, that would be red beans, and helping their families with both personal and medical needs, helping them build bathrooms and repairing houses. And dealing with drought.
Sea de mucho éxito y que su futuro sea de prosperidad, de mucho para este país, mucho éxito para este país que tanto lo necesita. Jóvenes como ustedes son los que necesitan ayuda. Felicidades.
I participate in everyday life cycles, birthdays, graduations, marriages, and, unfortunately, deaths. It's my vision that living among the people is the best way to deliver the gospel. On almost any evening when I'm in Chahuatillos, I can expect visits from some of the youth. There are a few that I've known since they were 13 or 14 years old, and they're now around 20 years old. In Chahuatillos, I spend every week, at least 1 day or 2 days, I try to spend working in the campground. The campground is a Christian campground, and it's being built by the local church and missionaries that are working together in the area. I have a key role in this project, providing block, concrete, landscaping, and building a small sheltered picnic area and an observation platform. All of that is still under construction, but mostly complete. There we have a restroom, mostly complete, and we have a pavilion that is finished. Almost every Tuesday morning, the women meet there for a prayer service, and in the evening, the youth meet for a youth service.
Fea y grande, y así no se puede pasar por una puerta estrecha, ¿verdad que no se puede? Porque si la puerta es estrechita, entonces se queda atrapado por la maleta. Entonces necesitamos que Jesús de Nazaret perdone todos nuestros pecados, que Él lleve esas maletas que nosotros tenemos de maldades y de pecados, las lleva a Cristo Jesús.
Thank you for your interest and support in this ministry. It makes all the difference in the lives of the people that I'm around every day, and the first one that was changed is mine. Thank you.